Welcome to day 3 of this manifestation quest. Day 3 is concentrating on tap into surrender manifestation, okay? There's a difference between manufactured manifestation and surrendered manifestation, okay? Manifestation is taking your intentions and allowing it to be embodied and anchored through you, okay? So surrendered manifestation is when you're not trying to control every little detail of the process, okay? So don't try and manipulate things, don't try and manufacture things, surrender to the process, okay? The key is surrendering. The how, the why, and the what's, they align, okay? So it's showing up and taking action and making everything align without forcing things. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk deeply about how you can utilize surrendered manifestation as a tool to get your manifestations to happen quicker and stronger. People don't understand that when you manifest, it can be very harmful for you. Basically, a lot of people do this, but it only gets you so far. You can only manufacture so far, okay? But basically, when you surrender, you're surrendering to allow all that in. You're allowing you to use yourself and embody what you want to bring into reality through yourself. So let's explain this a little bit. So if you're using manufactured manifestation and not surrendering, it will work for you. It will work and it will work and it work, but eventually you will hit a cap. And this cap then involves you having to push, having to grind, having to graft a lot more than what you would if you surrender manifest, okay? Like I've just said, 98% of the world function from a space of manufactured manifestation. So what is manufactured manifestation? Okay, manufactured manifestation is when you are attempting to control every step of the process, okay? So I want to just have a look at this. So when we think of manifestation, think of something amazing that you have. A vision, an idea, something that's now here in your life. Maybe it's a health goal that you've achieved. Maybe it's a beautiful relationship. Maybe it's the house that you wanted, the job that you wanted. So if you trace that back and you start to look at your past, you go, hang on, maybe that wouldn't have happened if I didn't go to that event, if I didn't meet that person, and then flew here, figured that out, did this, and did all over the place, okay? So when you break it down, you can start to see that there was a whole process that took place for you to get that manifestation. So when you look at all them ways of manufacturing to get to them goals, you start to think, well, okay, let me look at the other side of it. And the other side of it is something that we call surrendered manifestation. When you start to remember that you are born creators and born manifestors, you start to understand that aligning your inner self starts to make things and shifts in your reality a lot quicker. And how we manifest makes a big difference to the results we get. And also, one of the things that people don't understand, it's how they show up in your life. So when you go deeper into surrendered manifestation, you're remembering that you're not trying to control every little detail. So instead, you're allowing yourself to surrender and coming from your soul. So the difference when you're manufacturing, you're obsessed with trying to control every single element of how that happens. So with surrender, you're understanding that this is a co-creation, either with the universe, with God, or with whatever you see to co-create with your soul, your soul's plan. And you start to realize that using the surrendered manifestation, that things can show up in your life through synchronicities with a lot more ease and a lot more grace than running around like a lunatic. So we talk a lot about frequencies. So when you're manufacturing, you're in a totally different frequency. You're in a frequency of control, of trying, of hustle. When you're in surrendered manifestation, you're in a totally different frequency. And it's what we sort of call in the industry, you're open and available to allow your manifestations to embody through you. You're allowing them to flow through you, but you've still got the intentions there. So you still need to remember that 20% and the action that you actually take is actually still important. But it's not the same as the manufactured when you're hustling. So let's talk about how to tap into surrendered manifestation. So how do you get into surrendered manifestation? How does this actually work? Okay, here's the interesting bit, okay? Because surrendered manifestation is your natural state. It's who you are at your core. It's what your soul longs for. You weren't born to control everything and struggle, my friends. So when it comes to understanding control, we need to learn that the things we can control are things like our intentions. Also, other things we can control are things like anchoring in our desires. Basically, the things that, the 20% that help you to surrender manifest, okay? So your desires, your will, your internal feelings, your emotions. But we can't fully control how our intentions will manifest. When you try to do this, basically, when you try to control how it shows up, etc., you block your manifestation, okay? Listen to me. You block your manifestations. So the key to this is the surrender to the how, okay? So the key to that is to surrender to not knowing exactly how this is going to happen, but knowing it is going to happen, okay? So taking into consideration what we've just talked about, okay, what I want you to do is some soul work for me. And I want you to write down and journal your biggest breakthroughs, okay? And then I want you to create a list of how you attempted to control the manifestation process in the past, okay? And then ask yourself what you are committed to now while surrendering. Enjoy, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.